I guarantee he paid for it. I can't. I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. I think I was boxing too much in the beginning. When I felt like he was slow, it was just already late down the line. I didn't want to get caught while
GervontaDavis has regained his confidence and voice after weeks of silence following a subpar performance against Lamont Roach. This is the result of 3 weeks of dedicated training. As he had promised, he returned to the gym right after the fight, allowing himself only a week to rest and recover. Now, he seems to have found his rhythm again and has called out Lamont Roach, vowing that things will be completely different this time. "It's going to be a death sentence, guy. All this talk has to stop," Gervonta tweeted on X.
You're not going to scare me. You're not going to, intimidate me. I see the smile on your face. What was going on in the ring? What was being said, man?
He was like, if I hit him with a little jab or whatever the case, that ain't nothing. Or if he hit me, or if I block a shot, I was like, too slow. Or, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, I'm like, it's okay.
Steve, what was he saying to the referee?
When I said to Steve?
No, what was he saying? He was talking to the ref the whole time, too, yeah.
So one time, when I hit him on the break. Look, fool. Hey, fool. This me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. They might get you. They gonna trick you off your spot.
And what's a common pattern in a GervontaDavis tweet? Especially when it's an insult or a jab at someone? We all know. He deletes it almost immediately. That's exactly what happened after he claimed his rematch with Lamont Roach would be a death sentence for the Washington, D.C. native. Perhaps, when the World Boxing Association refers to talk, they mean how Lamont Roach has been actively trolling Davis on every platform he can. Since his victory, the Reaper Roach has been more vocal than ever on X, giving numerous interviews about the fight's outcome. One person who isn't happy about this? GervontaDavis. And with tensions rising ahead of their rematch, things are getting even more intense. Perhaps even...
Come on, stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
Few days ago, Unbiased Box 2 shared a post on X featuring an interview with WBA super featherweight champion Lamont Roach Jr. on Nightcap alongside Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson. During the discussion about the controversial draw with GervontaDavis, Roach was asked whether the referee's failure to call it out in round 9 affected his strategy in the later rounds. Without hesitation, he responded, "I must say no." Why? He explained that GervontaDavis taking a knee wasn't a setback for him. In fact, it was a confidence boost. To Roach, it was proof that...
Truthfully speaking, it wasn't really hard to focus. I've been an underdog before, obviously not a huge underdog, but when you go back to the Jamel fight, world title fight, I was an underdog. When you go back to the Hector fight, I was an underdog. Very disrespectful underdog, honestly. So now when we get here to the Tank fight, it's just like, all right, here we go again. I feel like when my back is against the wall or against the ropes, it's like, it's time to show.
Lamont. Roach Jr. revealed that seeing GervontaDavis take a knee was a confidence boost, as it confirmed that his strategy was working. The simple fact that he took a knee showed that what we were doing was effective, the Washington native explained. The key? Their history. Having faced Davis twice in their amateur days, Roach believed he had the upper hand. After landing a sharp 3-punch combination, one of which connected cleanly with Davis's eye, Roach knew he had struck gold. That's why he immediately turned to the referee, shouting, "Keep counting! He's tripping! That's a knockdown!" Watching. The 30-Nero fighter with 28 knockouts dropped to a knee. Roach fully expected referee Steve Willis to follow.
What was your thought on it?
I thought I was winning rounds too.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were giving. This is so like the criteria for boxing. Okay, if a guy is coming forward or if a guy is controlling the ring or whatever the case may be, using ring generalship to box or anything like that. Was he outboxing me? Was he using the ring to set me up with certain shots or anything like that? No. I was pressing the action.
And here lies the main reason the fight ended in a draw. If you didn't notice, the referee started counting but then abruptly stopped. So when he resumed the action, I was like, "What are you doing? Keep counting," the frustrated 29-year-old Roach stated. To make matters worse, GervontaDavis's coach, Calvin Ford, climbed onto the ring mid-round to wipe his fighter's face, another clear violation of the rules that could have led to Davis's disqualification. Given Steve Willis's reputation as an experienced referee, such lapses were shocking in a championship bout. No wonder Roach and his team are outraged over what they see as a blatant officiating blunder. And they're not alone.
Established ourselves in the fight, so I thought we was winning the early rounds based off that. But I said it all along, Tank ain't never been into a ring with a full package fighter like Lamont. And he was gonna have to think a little bit more than he thinked in the past. And yeah, we was right there. We want to see what his full arsenal is. We told him to bring his tool bag because we was bringing ours. So he had the opportunity to capitalize on some of the things we done, and we had to capitalize on his. But yeah, that was part of it.
You brought a tool bag.
But the most puzzling part of the entire fight, one that still demands more attention, is this. What was going on with Gervonta? It was undoubtedly shocking. To see the 30-year-old Baltimore native struggle against a heavy underdog after dominating the sport for so long. But that wasn't even the most surprising part. The real eye-opener was how Roach looked like the bigger, stronger fighter after bulking up to lightweight. He leaned on his confidence and experience, having grown up in the same boxing circles as Davis, to deliver the—
What you talking about? He like, "Man, ain't gonna give it to you." I was like, "Oh, is that right?" So, you know, that's how boxing works.
Especially when he was trying to find certain shots. It's like we were doing a lot of talking back and forth.
So about that next, yeah.
It's like I know that he was trying to steal. I know that he was trying to steal because I was establishing the real estate. I was popping my jab. I was making them think. I was making them do a lot of things. And the fact that he knew, well, he figured he had to be cautious after he threw certain punches as well because he was worried about
the biggest questions surrounding Gervonta weren't just about his performance in the ring. They were about his mindset and the bizarre behavior he displayed before, during, and after the fight. Was this simply an off night for one of the sport's pound-for-pound best? Or has Davis lost the competitive fire and killer instinct that made him such a massive box office draw? It's no secret that star boxers are often late to media events. And Davis is no exception. He was nearly 2 hours late for the 2023 kickoff press conference against Ryan Garcia. But in December, he took his tardiness to a new level, arriving unapologetically 4.5 hours late to his first event with Roach in New York, and then showing up 90 minutes late to last Friday's weigh-in, while Davis remained his usual playful and relaxed self during fight week. His in-ring behavior was concerning. At 2 different points in the first half of the fight, he took his eyes off Roach.
You know, that's how boxing works. I'm not, like, totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper.
Prime video cameras also captured another strange moment. Davis yelling over his trainer Calvin Ford's advice between rounds, shouting, "Listen to me." Then came the controversial uncalled knockdown in round 9. After Roach landed a series of jabs, Davis began aggressively blinking his left eye before turning his back to the action and taking a knee. He quickly got back up and ran to his corner, where Ford used a towel to wipe his eyes, an action that could have resulted in disqualification under the rules.
So, when we were talking about pre-fight, he never been in the ring with a guy like me, with my demeanor, with my skill set, with my ability to punch with a guy. I don't even know if he's, because I know he's been in there with punchers that technically punch harder than me, or from what we saw.
You don't leave him alone. He never been in with a guy who he hits and he leaves him alone, and he doesn't leave him alone.
Yeah.
Why not? What you talking about? He like, "Nah, ain't gonna give it to you." I
was like, oh, is that right? So, that's how boxing works.
Not only was Davis's post-fight explanation unusual, but his demeanor was also noticeably indifferent, especially considering how close he came to losing both his title and unbeaten record. As the crowd booed him, his reaction seemed to stem from either embarrassment or sheer disinterest. I just got my hair done 2 days ago, and she put grease in it. So when I was sweating, the grease got in my face and burned my eyes, Davis explained. Damn, why are y'all booing like I'm saying nonsense? These are real facts. Come on, man, look at my hair. I just got it done. Despite the backlash, Davis brushed it off, adding, but it's all cool, man. You know how they—
As soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So, yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's okay. We gonna run it back.
Davis, who holds a mandatory rematch clause in his contract, expressed his interest in exercising it on social media the following Monday. However, during the post-fight press conference, he appeared more humble while reflecting on his performance, though his comments also revealed a lack of situational awareness regarding the rules. Nobody likes a draw from a guy who gets knockouts, and things like that, but it's cool, Davis said. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have done more.
2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must say good enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the to get the burn out of your eyes?
I didn't want to get caught while my eyes were burning. You can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take a knee, Davis explained. But I didn't really know you could get disqualified for receiving mid-round corner assistance. When Willis started counting, I was like, what the hell? But it's cool. During a chat with Colin McGuigan on TV, the Golden Boy highlighted referee Steve Willis's controversial decision in the 9th round. After Roach landed a blow near Davis's eye, Davis turned away and took a knee, an action that should have been ruled a knockdown. Instead, Willis allowed Davis to receive mid-round.
This is my opinion.
Sure.
It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision, or I think a draw was meant to be. So I like the draw.
Do you like the—
When I hit him on the break, he was like, get out of there. He said, stop holding. As soon as he said stop holding, I punched him. So he's like, how you gonna tell me to stop holding and let him punch me or something like that? Steve said, fight out of the clinch. That's what we were gonna do. He came in the back and was like, I'm gonna let you fight out, especially if one arm is loose or whatever the case may be, as long as you're not holding and hitting. So when he did say, he said, get out of there.
Oscar De La Hoya expressed his surprise at the officiating, questioning why a professional and experienced referee like Steve Willis allowed certain moments to unfold the way they did. Having worked several fights for Golden Boy Promotions, Willis's handling of the bout was unexpected. However, what truly shocked De La Hoya was Lamont Roach's performance. He praised Roach for putting GervontaDavis in serious trouble, despite Davis being a fantastic fighter. I just feel that Roach did extremely well against GervontaDavis. I think Lamont Roach was on his game, and it was a great fight, De La Hoya said.
In the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck.
Renowned boxing coach Teddy Atlas also weighed in on the fight, offering his perspective on what went wrong.
I'm terrible. I am, but I'm ashamed of myself. I am so cynical, but this sport has made me cynical. I'm sorry.
Teddy Atlas didn't hold back in his critique, suggesting that the referee wasn't good enough and even hinting that he could have been bribed. Bad refs. We need better refs. More educated refs, trained refs, whatever you want to call them, Atlas said. He stopped short of outright accusing Willis of dishonesty, but emphasized the need for officials who can make the right calls with confidence. I'm not going to say honest because I don't know if honesty was the issue. I don't know. But we definitely need better refs who know how to make a decision, know they're making the right